Well, hey everybody, it's Deanna. How are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm doing another pop-up out of the blue. I thought I'd try and get a little time on my hours because they're falling. I thought I was going to be at 500 soon, but now I'm down to, I was at 499 and now I'm down to 494. So it is what it is. But anyway, it is Saturday, the weekend of Memorial Day, and it's supposed to be quite warm today. At least the wind's not blowing real bad. There's a breeze, but it's not blowing like the last couple of times I did pop-up lives. So it's just Saturday morning, almost 9 o'clock here. The mosquitoes are biting, as usual. They'll be biting all day. I'm going to record a couple of videos today and schedule them out for, I'll try to post one of them for today because it's about seed-saving lettuce for Karma. It's a video I'm going to make for Karma Lewis because I couldn't take the picture that I told her I'd post on my community page, so I'll just record a short video. But it's going to end up being like 2 parts. But anyway, so does anybody have any big plans for Memorial Day? We're not really doing anything other than I'm working tomorrow, and then I should have worked today, but I didn't feel like it. I'll work tomorrow and then possibly Monday. It just depends on how well it goes tomorrow. I don't know that we'll cook anything out, especially if I work. We don't have anything in the freezer to cook out, I don't think. We've got all kinds of bacon in the freezer that my boyfriend has managed to get at a really cheap price because he works in a grocery store. So if the vacuum seal is come undone, not open, but this vacuum, he gets it marked down, or if it's, expiring that day or the day after, he'll get it marked down really cheap. And he got quite a bit lately that's in the freezer. But I don't have any chicken in there. I don't have any pork. I don't have any beef. I mean, I do have pork. I mean, ground pork. I don't have pork chops or ground pork. I got bacon though. I want to make some cream cheese stuffed bacon wrapped jalapenos. I think that would be good for a meal with some refried beans. But I need some jalapenos. I have 1 or 2 jalapeno plants growing. One's a Megatron, but there's only 1 jalapeno on it, and it's not big enough to even stuff right now. But I know some people are picking all kinds of stuff already. I've gotten a couple of, well, no. I got 1 smaller bell pepper. It was probably the size of a racquetball ball. I needed it for spaghetti, so I picked it early. And then I had another one, but it had a hole in it, so I gave it to the dogs. Excuse me. There's some shishitos out there. There's 3 or 4, but they're not ready yet. They're still green. Excuse my cough. I don't know if anybody's out and about able to hop on here and chat or not. I know I picked the most inopportune times, I think. But it's just whenever the mood hits me, I'll pop on a live. Oh my goodness. I'm sleepy. I've been awake off and on since, I guess it was 4 o'clock. I woke up, never went back to sleep real good, and dozed a little, but not fully back to sleep. And I got up at 7. I gave up. I'm not a morning person. I like to sleep till 8 or 9 o'clock, but that doesn't happen most of the time. Lucy, come over this way. You don't need to be in the tall grass, baby. Our lawnmower's broken, if you haven't heard me mention that in other videos or pop-ups. So the grass is getting kind of tall, and we have had water moccasins show up in the yard before. Not this year, but in previous years. And I have a Labrador Harley. His name's Harley. He got bit in the face by one year. I was out of town. My neighbor across the street came over and found it underneath the riding lawnmower that is also broken. But he found it and took care of it, and then he took care of my dog until I got home. He survived, and he still wants to mess with snakes. He didn't learn his lesson. The poor thing, he looked absolutely miserable. Oh, sorry, I hit the table. It took him a while for that swelling and the drainage to go away, but he survived. And thanks to my neighbor who took care of him. So I did not have $1,500 to have him go to the vet. So my neighbor knew what to do, and that's what we did. And Lucy, she likes to try and catch bees. Like she doesn't, I mean, surely she knows they hurt, they bite, and they sting, but she's crazy. She tries to catch them. Hopefully we'll get the lawnmower fixed soon. The air conditioner in the car is finally fixed, so I think the lawnmower is next on the list. It just needs a new deck. It's not going to be self-propelled anymore because it won't be the deck replaced with the deck that it's on, but at least it will be replaced. You know, the motor will be put on a deck that isn't looking like it's going to fall apart in any moment. The whole thing starts to twist when you turn the motor on. So, and it's like it all came at one time. The air conditioner, well, no, the air conditioner's been for a couple of months. But then the lawnmower and then the weed eater, both within the same period of time. So we have three things. One's fixed now. Weed eater's not fixed yet, and the mower. I did use the weed eater though, for what I could, to weed eat the grass around my garden, so I had paths to walk. But I think the gears inside that weed eater are now ground down to flat because, you know, they don't make the gears out of metal that will last longer. They make them out of plastic, and they wear down really quickly, so that you have to pay for a part more often, because heaven forbid we have machines and such that last longer before they have to be repaired. They don't make things like they used to. And if you were born in the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, you know what I mean. Now it's make things to last as short a time as possible, so people either have to buy parts or buy a new item more often. It's a sad state of the world that we live in. And that, you know, among many, many other things. So today I'm going to record a couple of videos, which I mentioned. And then I'll probably put another pallet out here, which I know it's hard to see, but over there in that area, I have a space that will hold another pallet that I need to put over there so that I have a way to tie up some tomatoes. I have a place over, it's behind that grill that you can't see. But I have some peppers over there on a pallet in between two of my stakes that I have in the ground. And I can move those peppers to a place over here where I don't have stakes. A way to stake them. Move the peppers over there and then put the tomatoes over here where the peppers are between two stakes so that I can use those stakes to hold up tomatoes, if that makes any sense with just what I said. I'll show it on a video, but over here I have, let's see, that stake that's leaning really, it's leaning, it's not leaning terribly bad. And then there's a stake a little further this way. And they're too far apart to put a string to hold tomatoes. But I can do something with them. Anyway, there's a space between those two stakes. I know it makes no sense when I'm sitting here trying to explain it without showing it, but I'll move the tomatoes and the peppers and switch them around. Hey, Gail, how are you? What sounds good? What, my explanation that it makes no sense? Or the sound sounds good? And there's the wind that I had just said a few minutes ago wasn't really blowing much. But it's not terrible. I've done some pop-up lives where the wind was blowing quite a bit. Oh, good. I'm glad somebody understands, because sometimes I say something and I don't understand it. I'm like, I know that makes no sense. But I have a couple of extra pallets that my boyfriend brought home from the store yesterday, and I needed another one to get some things higher up off the ground so I don't have to bend over so much. Or so far. I still have to bend over a little, but not like without a pallet. And I'm going to try and record the weird container video of my tires that I have planted now. Or plants planted in the tires, I should say, because the tires are not planted. They're not going to grow. What are y'all up to this weekend? Did your husband get the lawn mowed and weed eated yesterday? Did you get your video recorded? I recorded one yesterday. It was a it's a video about the Amarilla, is that how you say it? Garden bench that I won from the Survival Seeds 2024 collaboration. I won it, their first giveaway. I won that bench, and I'm just now getting around to recording and uploading a video. Ooh, a boat ride sounds fun. And the new kitten, of course, sounds absolutely wonderful. I love getting kittens. I love cats too, but kittens are so fun. Well, you should. Film it. It's, cut it open and show people what the boar looks like when it's inside it, so that if they decide, oh, I know your cat died, I knew that. I hate that. It's never good. But film it, open one of them up, film the vine borer so that if people have issues and they decide to cut it up and dig the borer out, they know what they're looking for. I know, I hate that. I have a zucchini plant that looks really, really good, and I'm like, please stay away. Vine borer, don't come near it. That's why I have all kinds of weird stuff planted around it and my other squash. Although the zucchini looks better than all the other squash. But I've planted, let's see, around that zucchini I have, it's either a lemon or a lime basil. I don't know which because I went to save the seed, but I didn't label the little tray they were on. So I have one of those by it. I have a peppermint in a pot next to it. I've got either catmint or catnip, I think, around it. Feverfew, I think. Sweet Annie. And I know I need marigolds, but I have one marigold that germinated out of a whole bunch that I planted. And I started some more seeds a couple of days ago. I think 2 days ago. For marigolds, so hopefully they'll germinate. I don't know why. Germinating marigolds and nasturtiums are absolutely giving me a hard time. Yeah, in a new spot, because those vine borers hibernate or overwinter, whatever you want to call it, in the soil where they were planted. Yeah, the one marigold that I have up is very slow growing. I don't know. I know, it's weird they didn't come up. And I had seeds from several different seed swaps, and I had seeds from different vendors, like Fairy Morse and such things, you know. And they're just not wanting to come up. I thought, do marigold seeds lose their germination rate fast like an onion? Because that could be part of the problem. But I didn't think they did. So hopefully the ones I planted will, at least a couple of them, germinate, and I can put them with my squash. Harley, what are you doing? My dog says they don't like melon or cucumber. I might plant them. Oh, I know what you meant. Vine borers. I have found vine borer eggs on cucumber. I can't remember if I found them on watermelon or cantaloupe, but I did find them on cucumbers, of all things. Though they don't really get into the stem because the stem is harder than the zucchini and the squash, but supposedly tromboncino squash, and there's a bunch of them, but tromboncino and Seminole pumpkin are the only two that I remember offhand are supposed to be resistant even more than butternut squash, because they've gotten into my butternut squash too. So I have some Seminole pumpkin seeds coming, and I've got to find some tromboncino squash, which tromboncino you can use them as a summer squash, or you can let them get big enough and store them as a winter squash. So when they're used as a summer squash, they supposedly taste like zucchini. And when they're used as a winter squash, they're supposedly tasting exactly like a butternut. Now I've saved some of my own marigold seeds too. But if they're, I can't talk, sorry. To me, I think I've also gotten some in a seed swap. Most of them were not viable. They were all just fluff. None of them had any substance to them, like you could bend them. That's not a viable seed. That's just fluff. The viable seeds are hard. Well, probable viable seeds are harder. Like if you drop them on a table, you can hear them hit. They're more likely to be viable. But I don't know. I even had some come out of a pack from the store that were just fluff. Like, really, people? You're not selling me seed, you're selling me the fluff that looks like a seed, but it's not because you can bend it? So, ouch. But hopefully those Seminole pumpkins will be here soon because I need to get them planted. And we'll see. I don't know that if I find some Trombonsino, if I'll have time to get them going. Well, I'll have time to get them going for summer squash. I don't know about to use them as winter. But I had a whole pack of kohlrabi, and I posted on one of the seed swap groups, or two of them, if anybody had any Seminole pumpkins or Trombonsino, I'd trade them a whole pack of kohlrabi. Because I don't really like kohlrabi. I have some seed if I want to grow it because the dogs like it, but I don't much care for it. I have nasturtiums that come up, but it's like I plant 9 seeds and one comes up. I soak them, I score them, and I soak them, and then I plant them and they don't come up. I'm in Alabama. I'm on the coast, like outside of Mobile, Alabama. I'm in Mobile County, I'm just not in Mobile. Like Dauphin Island, which is on the coast, is an hour away. Gulf Shores, also a beach. Gulf Shores is where people go to hang out most of the time in the summer for spring break and stuff. It's an hour and a half away. Floribama, 2 hours. The Mississippi Gulf Coast is 1 hour away. So I'm way down here. Bayou La Battery's like 20 minutes. If you've watched Forrest Gump, you know what Bayou La Battery. My nasturtiums, some of them, I don't have any nasturtiums that I bought from M.I. Gardner or Mary or Baker Creek or anything like that. Mine are from the store. Different stores like Walmart, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, I think. They're just all difficult. I don't understand it. I thought nasturtiums were supposed to be easy. Like radishes, I thought radish was supposed to be easy. I haven't had, I've probably had arugula in a mix. Isn't it kind of a spicy flavor, like peppery? I've never grown it though. There is a toad playing or moving around in the leaves next to the house. Keeps freaking me out because we have snakes show up sometimes. I went to walk into my greenhouse, which is not a big greenhouse if you've seen it in my videos. It's just one of those little ones from Harbor Freight. And there was a garter snake. I mean, of course, when it moved, it scared me to death, but I looked it up and it was a garter snake. I don't mind the spicy peppery. Now, with radishes, I don't really like radishes. But I like spicy peppery stuff, which is weird. But I can't get radishes to, hardly even bulb up. Like, grow radish. They're easy. No, they're not. No, they're not. Lucy, what color's your kitten that's coming? I've got an orange and white cat. I've got 2 tuxedo cats. I've got a gray stripy cat. And then I have a black cat. Well, I mean, it's warm down here too, but it's like they just go to seed or they don't do anything. They just sit there. Oh, gray with white feet. That's cute. It's a girl or a boy? I may not water them enough too, the radishes. That's a good possibility that I don't water them enough. I'm trying to do better at watering things like they should be, depending on what they are. Trying to do better at putting either the fetid swamp water or the water that drains from my compost worm tub here. It's behind me. When it rains, I have a bucket that it just drains into. Hey Paula, how are you? It's not windy this time that I'm doing a live stream. There's a breeze and a little bit of wind every once in a while, but it's not like the last couple of times. What are you up to, Paula? I'm not doing a whole lot at the moment. I have a couple of new pallets to see if I can get them out here. I've got one that I know I'm going to put out here, so I can move my peppers that are on a pallet to that newer one and put tomatoes on the one the peppers are on, so I can use the stakes for the tomatoes when they get big. You're not late. I didn't schedule it. As usual. I just popped on. So you're not late. Deviled eggs, yum. That sounds good. I'm alright. I'm tired. I should have gone to work today, but I didn't. I have to go tomorrow. And Sundays are usually better than, Fridays and Saturdays anyway. But I worked out here Wednesday almost the whole day and just flat wore myself out. And I weed eated Wednesday around my garden because our lawnmower's broken. But anyway, I weed eated it, and my arms, especially my right arm from holding that weed eater, just, I don't know. My whole body was hurting Thursday. Feeling a little bit better yesterday, but my arm is still just, oof. Some things your muscles are not used to. It is pretty at the moment. I don't know what the temperature is. I had my my thermostat set on 74 when I got up this morning. That's what I set it at night. And it came on at like 7 o'clock. So it's probably in the 80s now. Well, I heard all the time, but some days it's just worse than others. More parts hurting than normal. That makes sense. But I wore myself out trying to get stuff done. It was a pretty nice day Wednesday. So I took advantage of it and then I paid for it. But that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, so let's see. Thursday I stayed in the house most of the day. I did a little bit out here, but not maybe for an hour or two, and then I went in and took care of some of my seeds I'm saving, and organize or not organized, but put up a bunch of my seeds back into the containers that I have for them. I have those photo storage containers. So I had to get, a little semblance of organization started in there. And then yesterday I worked outside, but not, probably 4 hours. But I took my time and I didn't overdo it. But I'm still today. And today I'll do a little, not a lot. I'll get those peppers and tomatoes switched around and plant some more nasturtium seeds that are soaking. Because nasturtiums don't like me, apparently. Hey, Gail, if you're still there, what is your kitten, a girl or a boy that's coming? Are y'all going out on the boat to fish or just going out to go out, ride around? Oh my, you still hadn't managed. I thought you had gotten to start to plant already, Paula. I started more seeds yesterday. Like, yesterday and the day before. No, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. But I'm never going to get done planting. But I need some more basil to put around my squash because I'm trying to keep that vine borer away. And the center, I've got lemon basil, lemon or lime growing. I've got blue spice basil growing, and these are in the ground. And then I've started seed for more lemon, more lime, and cinnamon basil. Hey, Jamie. I should have gone to work, Jamie, but I didn't. I put it off until I absolutely have to, which I shouldn't do that because it stresses me out. But when you don't want to do it, although it will be much easier now that the air conditioner in the car is fixed. Thank goodness. What's double point weekend? I don't know what that means. But I planted basil seed or started basil seeds. Started some acorn squash to see if they'll come up. I have yet to have acorn squash come up. I think all my seed packs are bad seed. And then I started some cantaloupe that didn't ever come up. I put some more in. And what else? A couple of other squash. I can't recall offhand. Get 5 points, get 5. Okay. And there's something else I started, but I don't remember what. But I'm never going to get done planting. Oh yeah, the hail would have taken your plants out. This weather's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And there's some other storm, supposedly. Storm system. I didn't watch the video, but I think Ryan Hall posted another video about some bad storm people needed to pay attention to. But I haven't watched it yet. Shingles on the roof of your house. And then I don't know. I don't know if there's a storm fixing to start brewing out in the Ocean or not in the Atlantic. I hope it doesn't start early. But June is hurricane season, the beginning of it. Oh well, that's good. You're on schedule. I think I planted my tomatoes and peppers a little too early because they are certainly slow to get going. I think the cool weather just kind of slowed them a lot. They're finally starting to perk up. Because last year, my tomatoes and peppers looked a whole lot better than they do now. Oh, well, I need to watch that since I'm down south. I need to watch his video and see what he's talking about. I know for the last time I looked, the next 10 days, we didn't have any bad weather. Yeah, they're starting to perk up, and I'm trying to do good about getting some of the drainage that comes off my compost worm tub on them every 3-4 days or so to give them a boost and get them to go, to perk up and get moving. And I was watching a video. Who was that? They were talking about putting either compost tea or worm tea. They were doing it like every 2 or 3 days on their plants. Is your husband doing the shingles or somebody else doing them, Jamie? Or helping him? Which mower? My mower? My mower's broken. Oh, good. At least he has help. My mower's broken. Both of them. I have a riding lawnmower that I just need to get rid of because we're never going to have the money to fix it. And then we have a self-propelled that's going to end up probably being a push mower. Because in order for it to be self-propelled, we need the exact same deck, and who has money for that? Yeah, it's still broken. It's still sitting there. That's why I had to do weed eating around my garden so I could walk around it with a broken weed eater. No, nonetheless, the gears in it. I've had that weed eater for a while, but the gears inside it have been replaced once, and they need to be replaced again. I'm sure they're down to nothing because it doesn't want to work right. But I managed. He's supposed to. There's somebody that works at one of the stores. So I live outside of Mobile, and he works at a grocery store in Grand Bay. But there's another one in Bayou La Battery. And there's a guy that either works at that Bayou La Battery or comes in there all the time. And when my boyfriend was down there working, he had talked to him one day, and he's got a bunch of decks out in his yard for us to put the motor on it. He's trying to sell him one that's $100. That's it's not metal, so it won't fall apart if you don't keep it covered and it gets wet. You know what I mean? Clean and wet. Got to keep it clean. Got to keep it dry to keep it from rusting. But I can't remember what kind it is. It's some kind of plastic, hard plastic stuff. But he wants $100 for it, and we don't have that. So he's supposed to go look if there's something else he can get cheaper and get the motor mounted on it, so it won't be self-propelled anymore. Is an orange all you're having for lunch? Not that I have room to talk, because I can not eat breakfast, not eat lunch, and by 3 o'clock I'm starving. So then what do? I eat I eat a snack, or I eat a little bit of a lunch at 2 or 3, and then I eat dinner, and then I snack all evening, and because I've starved myself all day. Orange and a banana. Okay. That mower's not that old. It's, what is, 2 or 3 years old, maybe? But if you don't buy a cover like you say you're gonna, and keep it out of the rain, then that's what's gonna happen. So, that was his deal. And my riding lawnmower, the engine on it spews oil. So, it's either a bad gasket or a cracked block. Still got 3 hours. Hopefully it goes fast. I should have gone today, but I didn't. I didn't feel good again. I'm hurting. Just don't feel good. I feel better than I did, though. But I will go tomorrow. I have to. And Sundays are 98% of the time better paying than any other day. What do you do at... oh, you do something about trucks, don't you? Like fleet stuff. Oh, I thought you did truck stuff. Because I thought they didn't want you calling the drivers in the middle of the night or whatever. Early, whatever. I would like to be a shopper at Walmart. Because I do that now. But if I had a job doing it, at least it'd be the income. I would know my income instead of it being up in the air how much I'm gonna make when I go to work. If I make anything. Like I went, what day was that? I don't remember what day. I went one day last week, and I sat there for 3 or 4 hours. Didn't get it. I mean, the orders came to my app, but they were not what I was going to take. I was not willing to drive 12 miles from the store, shop 2 orders, deliver 2 orders, drive 12 miles from the store and back for less than $1 a mile. No. Plus my time of shopping it and energy, and it's ridiculous. And then I've sat there for 3 or 4 hours and not gotten anything sent to my phone, to my app. But then I've had days where I go out, and within the first 3 or 4 hours I've made $60 or $70 and make $130 a day and then be done. So, but it's stressful when you don't know, because bills never go away. They keep showing up. Shame on them. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's really not. I used to enjoy this because I made good money. I could make money and pay all my bills by myself. Now I'm having trouble paying half of them. But I also do some of that to myself. Like I should have just sucked it up and gone today. But I didn't. But it'll work out. It always does. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that at Walmart. Do you work part-time hours or full-time hours? I also think sometimes if I had a set schedule where I had to go, I'd be more likely to go and not be able to talk myself out of it, if that makes sense. But I don't want an 8 to 5. I'd rather have more time off than that. Or even go in and do some work part-time somewhere and then pick up an order or two to shop and deliver while I'm out part-time. Although I wouldn't be able to do Spark if I worked at Walmart, because they won't let you do both. Like Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, I was home and my boyfriend was home, so the car was here and I needed to go to the grocery store. So I went to the grocery store and I picked up an order while I was there, did our shopping, and came home. It made me able to claim miles, and I got a little money. I also don't like having one car, y'all. One car is absolutely terrible. If my car was here 24 hours a day while I'm here, then I could go whenever I want. I'm not a morning person, and I hate having to drive him to work in the morning at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And then have to go back and get him. I hate it. Especially when the air conditioner in the car was not working, but it's working now, so at least that'll make picking him up a little easier. Because I tell you, when it's 80 degrees outside, 80, 85 degrees outside, it's hot in that car. Yeah, I know a lot start early, but don't some start later? Because they shop most of the day. When they're not standing around talking, I'm not talking about you, Jamie. I'm talking about the workers I've seen at the Walmarts here that are too busy on their phones or chit-chatting and not getting orders shopped and ready to be picked up in a timely fashion. I don't know what it's supposed to be today. It was 85 yesterday and felt like 94, I think. 94 or 95. So today's going to be just as warm, I'm sure. Oh no, I know. I figured you did because you work hard around your house. So, you work hard on your YouTube channel and your garden and all of that stuff. But yeah, there's people that will just stand around chit-chatting and it's like, come on. Which is frustrating to a Spark driver who wants to pick up the order on time, because if those orders aren't ready when they're supposed to be and we sit there and we cancel, they don't like to pay us anything. They might pay us $2.50 for sitting there for half an hour. It's what it used to be, half an hour. If you stopped before then, if you canceled the order before then, they wouldn't give you anything. So, and I do understand stores get busy and sometimes things get backed up. When it's a regular occurrence, that's the workers not wanting to do their job and management allowing it. I like to get it done and move on. But delivering is getting harder on me too. So, like, I can't deliver to an apartment complex. I can, but I choose not to because I'm not walking upstairs carrying a 40-pack of water that kills my knee, kills my back, and when I've fallen down the stairs, so I'm afraid of stairs. It's hard enough to carry a 40-pack on a level surface. And then if I get to a house that has an actual house that has stairs, I have to work myself up to even go up the stairs because I have to come down. And really bad if they don't have a rail to hold on to. Did Paula leave? Me and my cough, I swear. I was sneezing this morning too, which could be allergies, but I don't know. It only lasted for a few minutes. Washing dishes. I was watching somebody yesterday, or listening to her while I was watching dishes. Washing dishes, not watching them, washing them. I like to listen to live streams. Hello, Jason. Tell him morning. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Karma Lewis was on. She did a pop-up yesterday while she was planting some, I think, cabbages and onion. Is that right? Or cauliflower and onion. And then she was filling her self-watering beds. I sure wish I had self-watering beds that I only had to fill once in a while. That would be so nice, other than having to, water every day. But some of it I don't do every day. Like my containers. Right now, it's not hot enough that they have to be watered every day. But the stuff in the ground, it seems like most of the time they do. Unless it's rained. Oh, sorry, I hit the table. But I had I had a bag of wood chips that I've had for 2 or 3 years. And I put them on, most of my containers have wood chip mulch on them now, which will help me not have to water so often. But I only had one bag. I'll have a couple of containers that won't have anything like that on them. Although I could use leaf mulch, which will help too. So I think I've got the containers right now to where I water them every other day or every 2 days, depending on how they feel when I stick my finger in the dirt or how the plants look. But when it gets to be 100 degrees, I'm sure that's going to change. Did you make anything else besides deviled eggs for your get together today? Are you cooking anything, Jamie, for Memorial Day? I'm not, I don't think. If I have to work, I'm certainly not gonna cook anything spectacular. If I don't, I'm considering making corn dogs, like battering them myself and frying them. I watched a video of, I forget what channel it is. It's an older gentleman who cooks outside, like cowboy style cooking. And he did corn dogs one day. Oh, hey, cool. One dish is good. I've gone to get-togethers and taken 2 or 3 dishes. But that was in Texas around family, so everybody did a couple of dishes at least, if not more. We had a big family. Not quite as big as it used to be, but we don't go anywhere here. Not really. We don't go to anybody's house to hang out. I did, before COVID, go to a friend's house for Thanksgiving, every Thanksgiving, sometimes for Christmas. But I haven't done that since. Yeah, it's always neat to try something different too that you don't normally make. But we don't go anywhere. And my boyfriend doesn't go anywhere. He wouldn't go to my friend's house anyway because he drinks beer and he smokes, and that's kind of a no-no at her house. So, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, kielbasa, coleslaw. You're cooking all that yourself? Or you have help? Cake. Cake what? Blueberries? Oh, pound cake with strawberries and blueberries on top. Girl, won't you give me some of your energy? I don't have much energy or endurance. I don't have it to stand in the kitchen that long. It hurts too bad. And then the house gets hot. So it's never cool enough in that house for me unless it's 40 degrees outside. Air conditioner doesn't cool like it should. And it's an old trailer. And I've seen some paneling removed and replaced, and I've seen the insulation in the wall. There's no insulation in the walls anymore. It's all fallen down and just deteriorated. And there's none, and I've seen underneath the trailer when they've had to replace floors, there's no insulation under there either. Cool Whip and cheesecake topping, yum. My goodness. I thought about making some blueberry cheesecake cookies today, but I don't know that I will, because I don't have anywhere to put them. Right now, my cake plate that I would put the cookies on, it's got a cover that snaps on it, has a half a loaf of jalapeno cheese bread in it. That's where I'm storing it. There's a lady that comes in the store where my boyfriend works all the time. She comes in there all the time, and she makes bread. And he bought a loaf of that bread. What day did he bring that? Sunday, I think. Could have been Saturday. And it was a big loaf, and we've only gone through half of it. And it's starting to mold on one corner, so I'm like, man. Fresh bread doesn't last as long as the store-bought, but it sure tastes better, and it's better for you. But it's good. But anyway, my cake plate is holding that. So, Lucy. Oh, never mind. Never mind, baby. I wondered what you were doing. Refrigerate it. Won't that dry it out even more? I figured it'd last a whole week, but there's still part of it that's good, and I will eat it. It's just starting to mold. I just put olive oil in a pan and slice some bread up, stick it in the pan with that olive oil and toast it up or freeze it. It is in plastic. It came in a plastic bag. She has plastic bags she puts them in. Or freeze it. I don't have any room, or I would have frozen some of it. I have a refrigerator that is like an apartment size refrigerator. I did that too. removed it as best I could. I don't have a, I don't have that, oh, what, you know what it's called, to, to pull the air out. I don't have that. But I removed it as best I could. But anyway, the refrigerator and freezer is apartment size. So it doesn't hold as much as the refrigerator that was in this house when I moved in it. Well, that one lasted years. The one that was in here, it was a full size. So I had plenty of room. I never had issues with no room. But then when it quit working, they replaced it with an apartment size used one, which is going to go out at, it's going to go out because the fan on it knocks every once in a while. I did let them know I wasn't happy about that. But they don't care. If they cared, there would be no mold on the ceiling, no mold on the walls, and the floors wouldn't be soft with holes. And the holes aren't in the floor. We walk on. The holes are at the corners where things have settled. At the corners where the wall, or where the floor meets the wall, So, and I'd be able to use the other shower. Can't use it. But they don't care. But they sure care for getting their rent money. I don't understand that. I don't. Ooh, yum, I love paprika. The yard is pretty. Even though it's kind of overgrown, it's still pretty. But I don't understand having a house that you own and not maintaining it. Why would you not maintain it? I just don't get it. And then they give me the line of they can't find one to put here that, is less than $25,000. And this one is kind of short, but they can't find one that will fit in the space. And I don't know. I'm very frustrated with them. I don't even really talk to them anymore. I used to go sit and hang out with them some and all. I avoid them now. But I don't understand that. Why would you not want to maintain it? I know not all landlords are that way, though. I know there's some good ones out there somewhere. Because there's good in everything and bad in everything. So I know there's good ones out there somewhere. I just wish I had one. And if I say anything, they're like, well, the price of plywood, it would cost so much to replace the floors in that trailer, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're not safe. I guess they'll replace them when I fall through one. That's how I look at it now. I'm like, guess you'll let me fall through it, and then you'll wish you'd replaced them. I don't mean that like vindictively, like really, then I'll be hurt and you'll wish you had replaced them. Because they'll have to pay the bill for it. Because I have renter's insurance, and my renter's insurance, I would make sure they pay for that. I hate living here, y'all. I know I sound like I don't know, not up and perky, but I get that way when I start talking about that. So now I have paprika peppers that I saved from last year, and they're dry now, and I need to grind them up. They're in a plastic bowl with an oxygen absorber or whatever to keep them from, getting moist and all that stuff. But they're not smoked. I like smoked paprika. I really, really like smoked paprika, but I don't know how to smoke anything. So they're just dried, and I need to grind them up. And I saved some. I cut off the. Yeah, I do. I've had renter's insurance ever since I moved in here, but that's not because of how it was, because it had a brand new floor in it when I moved in, and it was nice and clean. There wasn't any mold anywhere. But I've had it just in case, because I mean, even when I lived in Texas, I had renter's insurance. But anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh, I cut off the tops of my onions, a bunch of my onions, dehydrated them, and have to grind them up for green onion powder. I figured, why not? It's better than throwing them away. Although I could have used them in my swamp water or in my compost worm bin over here. I still have to dehydrate a few more of them and then grind them. Oh, wow, I hit it real good that time. Then grind them up. And I've saved some glass spice jars that I had to put that stuff in. I didn't grow any paprika peppers this year, though. I completely forgot about them. Excuse me. They did really well last year. I think they did better than most everything except the shishitos. The shishitos did real well last year. I had like 6 plants of that last year. This year I have 1. I had started 2 and 1 died. I don't remember what happened to it, but it died. So I have 1, which is okay because I don't like them. And I give them to a lady that works in the deli. Her husband likes them. So I think they're bitter. Even when I let them get red and pan fry them, like people say, blister them and in a little olive oil, and blister them and then cover them in olive oil and such. I don't like them. I'm like, ugh, yuck. I was so excited for those last year too, but nope. Don't like them. Oh, yum. I love smoked paprika. I think it's one of my favorite things. I'll put it on sweet potatoes. Cut up the sweet potatoes in little chunks. Fry them up with onion, like potatoes and onions. And put some of, and I might throw a jalapeno or a bell pepper in there or something. A little garlic and some smoked paprika. Oh, love it. Well, I've been on here 69 minutes. That's the longest I've been on here. I appreciate y'all coming on and talking to me. Maybe I'll gain a little time from it, because I don't know, Jamie, were you on when I mentioned that I don't remember where I said it or typed it in a comment, that I had 499 hours and was hopefully going to be up to 500 within a couple of days? Girl, I'm at 494. So frustrating. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. Could not remember. So, I'm going to try to do a pop-up. At least 1 or 2 pop-ups a week. It just depends. Oh, I know, gain some, lose some. So frustrating. I think that is one thing that they should not do to people. If you've earned the hours, then you should keep your hours. I think that's wrong. But it's their platform. You gotta play by their rules. Oh, I know it's year to year. But I'm gonna try and do a pop-up or two a week. I don't know that I'll schedule them. If I've thought about if I'm gonna do one, just put on my community post, hey, I'm gonna, be on in about 30 minutes or so, something like that. Excuse me. And I have a couple videos to record today, or try to record. I mean, they're not difficult. I'm gonna do that weird container one with my tires. And then I have one about saving seed. I was on Karma's live yesterday, saving lettuce seed. She wanted to know how to do it. And I thought I had saved some seed the day before yesterday, some lettuce seed, and I thought I still had a little bit on a stem, but I don't. And I told her I'd take a picture of that stem and show her what explain it, how you do it. And but I don't have that. I guess I did it all and forgot. But I have another one out there flowering, so I'm gonna do a video of it right now, and then when it dries and or starting to flower, then when the flowers dry, make another video and show her. Oh, I know. We'll get there. I've just had this channel now for a couple of years, I think. 2 or 3. But I haven't always been real consistent with making videos. And I'm not everybody's cup of tea, which I totally understand, and I know that. So, but anyway, the challenges make me have to be more consistent. The challenges and the collaborations. I know live streams help. That's why I'm trying to do pop-up stuff. One day I'll do one and I'm in front of it, but in front of the camera. I can record a video and be in front of it, but yeah. But then when I'm outside, I'm a hot mess, and yeah. And I'm just in a t-shirt and a pair of pants. And I know nobody cares what I'm wearing, but I'd have to put a bra on, y'all. That's probably too much information. Alright, I think I'm going to get off here so I can get something done. Hopefully get my peppers and tomatoes moved before it gets too hot out here, because it's already quite warm. Although the sun is kind of shining on me underneath these trees, I'm in a spot where it's getting through. Oh, I know. Bras. Ugh. They're overrated. Alright, I hope the rest of your time at work goes by quickly. Hopefully. And enjoy your weekend, Jamie and Paula. Enjoy your dinner that you have at home with your husband, Jamie, and y'all and Paula and Jason enjoy their get together. And if the weather gets crazy, be safe. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm going to have to watch that video and see what's going to go on. All right, y'all. Thank you. Y'all have a good one. Bye.